If you were thinking of conducting a trial or a pre-commercial launch in a dream location, you'd be hard-pushed to find anywhere nicer than Nice. Stunning scenery, a mild climate, great food and that inimitable French panache. But the real reason why the city plays host to major business projects is because it has all the essentials in place, which is why it has now earned its place in the contactless sun. Nice is no stranger to the technology, having adopted contactless ticketing for its public transport network several years ago. NFC was being used in the city as far back as October 2005, when telecom giant Orange was involved in a 12-month travel ticketing pilot called Telemo with the city's transit operator Veolia Transport. It involved 30 people using Siemens NFC handsets that enabled them to buy prepaid tickets and day passes on buses serving 2 towns in the Nice-Côte d'Azur area.
La technologie sans contact est une technologie qui, de notre point de vue, peut vraiment offrir de nouveaux services aux citoyens, en particulier dans ses déplacements en ville et dans la facilitation de la vie en ville. Donc on a vraiment voulu s'investir. Un deuxième objectif est que nous souhaitons être un territoire d'innovation et aider les entreprises du territoire à se développer. Et donc cette technologie est une des technologies qui nous semblait les plus pertinentes à aider.
Since then, the technology has moved into car hire in the city, with Hertz trialling contactless smart cards to identify the driver, unlock the door and start the engine. It's also migrated to air travel, with Air France rolling out its Pass and Fly NFC cell phone-based boarding pass and loyalty bonus system in 2009 for exclusive use by members of the airline's frequent flyer program and those travelling between Nice and Paris-Orly airports. The system, which was trialled for 6 months and used Nokia NFC phones, was developed by Nice Côte d'Azur Airport and Air France along with Amadeus, a transaction processor for the travel industry, and IER, a supplier of ticket printers and gate readers. Heading into 2010, the city became Europe's contactless showcase. In May this year, Christian Estrosi, France's Minister of Industry, as well as the Mayor of Nice, officially launched the Citizen project. Billed as the first in Europe, this was a high-profile pre-commercial launch of the technology, which is supported by several major commercial players as well as the government.
Well, we're here in the Orange store in the Avenue Jean Médecin in Nice, where the first commercial launch of mobile contactless took place back in May. Essentially, we see this as the third wave of mobile after voice and multimedia services, because it allows the customer to interact with their physical environment, whether it be in the store, in their homes, or out in the street. And in short, what Orange Citizen allows our customers to do is, with the handset and with the services on the handset, to actually buy meals, to go shopping, to download tickets over the air, jump on a tram, and even visit tourist attractions. For example, we can head down to the Museum of Modern Art, tap on tags there, and hear audio clips of explanations of each of the paintings and the works of art. When we talk about the third wave, obviously the industry started with voice services. We've now gone through quite a long phase of multimedia services, whether it be mobile internet all the way through to the app world, the iTunes world, and Apple, etc. But all those services are really generating information and providing information. What mobile contactless does, it takes it a step further and allows you to use that information in order to actually transact with it, make decisions with it, buy food, actually get on trams and travel, etc., etc. So it's a very applicable service, it's a very practical, useful service. Orange has been involved in mobile contactless now for probably the past 6 or 7 years. We've been working with the other mobile operators in France, with all of the banks and all of the transport companies, and also with the retailers, to pull together an agreed position on how this service should be rolled out. And so we've been working solidly to develop specifications, standards, open, interoperable approaches to delivering mobile contactless. And the decision was made to take that one step further, following pilots and trials in many cities. And we focused on Nice as the starting point, the cornerstone, the first place that we will roll out mobile contactless services ahead of a national rollout in 2011. The Citizen is it's a global brand for the operators, not just for the operators, but also for the banks, the transport companies, and the key technology providers as well. To send a single message to customers to say, look, here you can use mobile services, here you can download tickets over the air, you can go to the various tag points and reader sites around Nice, and you can use your phone to buy, to shop, to travel on the trams, etc. So it's a single calling point, a single brand to signal to customers you can use your mobile here.
To start with, Samsung handsets are being used, but Sagem phones are expected to be added in the future. Between 3,000 and 4,000 of the city's residents are taking part in the scheme, which enables them to pay for public transport tickets using NFC handsets and obtain information about routes and timetables using smart posters. Veolia is backing Citizen and has so far equipped an estimated 1,500 bus and tram stops with technology.
Alors, effectivement, c'est un projet qui est très complexe par la multitude des acteurs, entre une banque, un opérateur de transport, la collectivité locale, les opérateurs de téléphonie mobile, la grande distribution. Tous ont des cultures différentes, des objectifs différents, une façon de s'adresser aux citoyens ou aux consommateurs de façon différente. Mais pour autant, sur le mobile, c'est le même mobile qu'ils ont dans la main et il fallait qu'on converge. Des expériences passées, on s'est aperçu que ça ne marchait pas si on le faisait de façon très restreinte. Un opérateur mobile avec un fournisseur de services, on n'arrivait pas à avoir la taille critique. Par contre, en définissant ensemble des fondations techniques et même un petit peu business, ça marchait. Voilà. Enfin, en tout cas, c'est le pari que l'on fait. Et c'est ce qui est en train de réussir à Nice, puisque tous ces acteurs réussissent à coopérer de façon plutôt harmonieuse, chacun ayant une autonomie sur son service, mais sur un même média qui est le téléphone mobile.
Payment applications are also set to be included in the scheme later this year, and it already offers a range of extra applications such as loyalty and access to student services at the University of Nice Sophia Antipolis. The roll call of companies involved in this massive program, touted as a rehearsal for a national rollout of NFC, is growing all the time.
We believe that the mass market adoption from here, from Nice, could happen relatively fast. Probably next year in France. We consider that Nice is the last rehearsal before launch. We wanted to check with real customers using real services with real phones if all the different technical solutions and processes that we have imagined work in real life. We will probably to adapt a few things, to change a few things, because nothing is perfect from day one. But the vast majority of the solutions are there, and when we will have done that, we could probably launch that in major cities in France sometime in 2011. We know that we will have the handset then, so the services will be there, the solutions will be more industrial, so the launch could be happen next year without so much difficulties.